Jazz Fun at JazzHall 2025, and we are here with bassist and jazz curator Tilman Oberbeck from Hamburg, and he is the award winner of the Hamburger Jazz Prize 2025. Tilman, congratulations.
Thank you, Sarah, and welcome.
Tilman, you have been on the Hamburg jazz scene quite some time, and you're not originally from Hamburg. Where did you come from? What did you do to get to Hamburg as a bass player who's like in the jazz scene?
Yeah, I'm from South Germany, from north of Baden, a little town called Bruchsal, and I moved to Hamburg to study jazz, double bass, to the music school, and try to kind of escape from the area where I grew up to kind of have a restart for my own. I liked it there very much, but I thought I just had a feeling that Hamburg could be a place for me. I had never been before in Hamburg, and then I just moved there and figured out how to be a musician there.
The Hamburg Jazz Prize Award is given not only for musical talents, but also for people who kind of are integrative parts of the community, of the jazz community. And in this sense, you're one of the best winners I can think of, because you have done a lot. Maybe you can tell me what you've done in Hamburg and
Yeah, when I came to Hamburg, I think I played maybe one gig in my first year, and I didn't really found a lot of structures there. I mean, there were some venues where you could play jazz, like Birdland and some other places, but I never thought it was fitting to the quality of music and talent that we had in the Hamburg jazz scene. So from time to time, I got more and more involved in in supporting activity, let's say, supporting activity in the scene. So in societies like the Jazz Federation, where I started doing Facebook the promotion for the concerts, and done more and more jobs on a volunteer base. And I think that's the one thing, like to get involved in organizing concerts and implying new formats for young people. The other things that I just always wanted to play with musicians who didn't call me, like bigger names, international artists like Jorge Rossi or Chris Cheek, and I found ways to make that happen, to make that work, and I realized that kind of things always also bring activity to a scene. Like when I call a musician, like them, and they come to town, then they bring their own vibes, their own experience, and that just brings some new colors to the scene. So I think creating activity was always a goal of mine.
A bass player, a curator, and you said that you are like supporting the young and coming talents. There's this series called Jazz Kitchen that you created, and I remember when COVID kind of turned down the whole activity in the jazz scene, nobody was playing anymore. You kind of invented something that has to do with music and also with political ideas and philosophies. So what did you do there?
Yeah, that was a fun project called Mycelium, Rethinking Jazz, and it started making just a round table with young musicians from town, like a group of 5 people, and we just spoke about the situation, about COVID, about society, about the situation of jazz musicians. And it was just brainstorming meetings, maybe to get along with the situation back then. And we developed some ideas, but through my work in a jazz federation society, we found immediately like a possibility to start a concert series where we organized a program that's connecting society or different art forms like poetry, research studies, economics, planting to music, and try to find similarities in those subjects. And we did everything from the concept, from the idea to the light situation, the cameras, the promotion, the scripts. It was crazy, and we kind of were exhausted after 1 year. I think we did 10 events, and they are still on YouTube. But it was a great experience to do everything by our own.
It was kind of visionary to think in the future, to kind of cross boundaries and just to keep some spirit alive, which impressed me. So I'm really happy to see where you are now. You have been doing something else because you are kind of very closely involved with JazzHall in Hamburg, and maybe you can tell us about that too.
Mm-hmm. In 23, there was a change in the JazzHall. The JazzHall was built in 21 and run as a venue for the students from the music school, and also open for collaborations from the scene like the Jazz Federation. So I was involved in producing concerts there already. But then there was the launch of the kind of management supported by the city and the Dr. Langner Foundation, which has the idea to develop the JazzHall as a cultural place, programming own highlights, and also make connections between the school and the talents that we have in the music school and the scene. Many ideas, and I applied for this curator job, artistic director, and I got it, and that was a good time because I had a little kid at home and struggling with the idea of being a self-employed musician, and also found more interest in just playing in myself, and for that reason it came just to the right time, and I was super happy to get this chance to do this job. And since then I'm working a lot for the JazzHall, and we are developing programs and setting up structures to make all different kinds of programs happen, with a strong focus on the Hamburg scene. That's maybe the special thing about this beautiful hall, that we make things shine that are in the scene already, that are coming up from school, and we build connections. So like building connections between people is also like what drives us to this job here.
Tilman Oberbeck, bass player, educator, talent scout, and also curator, as we heard. When will the award ceremony be?
I think it's August 31. It will happen at the Jazz Open Festival on Sunday at 6 p.m. And I have to play, and I still don't know who I'm gonna play with, but I also will play a little bit. Yeah.
What are you doing now at jazzahead?
Good question. I'm happy that I don't have to do anything here, but so I'm mainly trying to get inspired and meet people and try to get a feeling about the jazz world, because what we care about is a lot of jazz in Hamburg, but it's always important to have the bigger picture in focus.
Congratulations once again. Thank you, Tilman Oberbeck.
Dankeschön.